something obviously challenging, something very new for the body to experience, something we're not used to, bending back of the spine. A lot of us are so focused on hunched over and protecting ourselves emotionally, and also at work usually a lot of us are hunched over a desk or writing, studying, whatever we're doing. A lot of this rounding or closed off sensation is what we're trying to work away from today. So I'm going to be doing a YouTube video every week. I'm going to be releasing it on Friday at 4 o'clock every week. So a great way to bring a new habit into your new year along with myself. Subscribe and maybe practice with me every week. So today we're going to need a strap and maybe 2 blocks. So if you don't have a strap, you can always use a tie or a rope or something like that. But I would recommend, if you're going to be doing these videos, to maybe invest in blocks and a strap. They're a great way to progress your practice a little bit deeper. So we're going to get started on our back today. I'd like you to come down onto your bum, scooch your bum to the center of your mat, and find the block. So we're going to bring the block to the center of our back, so our middle back. Okay, so just where your lowest ribs are, about that section of your back. And you're going to bend your knees, bring the soles of your feet to the mat, and lie back on the block. So you might find that the middle level of the block is too much for you. You can wiggle about until you find a comfortable position. And then from there, I'd like you to bring the arms all the way overhead with the palms facing up. So just allow the shoulders to soften down towards the mat. Now you should feel an opening in your shoulder blades, in your chest area, and then a compression in your middle spine. So it might feel a little bit uncomfortable. Discomfort is quite common throughout your yoga practice, just like in your life. Try not to push that discomfort away. Try to breathe through it. Whenever you find throughout any of these classes that something has become too much or you've lost the connection to your breath, always take a break. Listen to your body. You know your body best. I'm not there to assist. So please do be mindful. So try to tune into your breath now, deepening your inhale and exhale through the nose. So connecting with your Ujjayi yogic breath, a slight restriction to the back of the throat. And feeling the tongue nice and soft. So your tongue position is actually going to help you with this breath. So you can check back in with that. I'll remind you throughout class, the tip of your tongue is touching the front 2 teeth in your mouth and gently pressing against the roof of your mouth. And then the rest of your tongue becomes quite soft and broad. So release the rest of your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. You might feel the outer edges of your tongue touch your outer back teeth. So starting to really feel that back bend, open the chest area. If you want as well, you could bring opposite hand to opposite elbow. It's a different sensation for the shoulders. Perhaps a little bit of a deeper opening. You might find more discomfort there. That's okay, just try to breathe through it. Perhaps closing the eyes if you've brought opposite hand to opposite elbow, maybe crossing the opposite one in front, just to bring some balance into the opening. So throughout my videos, these are going to be short videos for the time being. You can always pause if you find somewhere that you're really enjoying, you're finding you're getting a lot out of a certain pose. Always feel free to pause. That's the great thing about these YouTube videos. You can make them quite personal. You're not having to keep up with a class or anything. So you just pause and start whatever suits you. Okay, so from here, we're going to bring our toes to the mat. You're going to gently lift up and try to remove the block from underneath your back. So rolling down through the spine. Bring your block out to one side. We're going to roll over to the right. Press into your left hand and come all the way up. So from here, what we're going to do is, probably messed up my hair. We're going to come into all fours. So I'd like to meet you on your hands and your knees. So I'm just going to fix my hair. And we're going to find our blocks. So, you're going to bring your blocks shoulder width distance. We talked about this last week. If you don't know what that is, you'll bring your elbows to the mat. You'll wrap opposite hand around opposite elbow, and then that's where your blocks should be. Okay, so there are a few levels. Remember, if you don't have blocks, you can use books, but it won't be as comfortable. So please do, like I said, try to invest in some yoga blocks. Okay, so we're going to come into a variation of puppy pose. Okay, so if this is too much, you can always do it without the blocks. What we're going to do is bring the back of our elbows to the blocks. So I want your shoulders to be internally rotated so the palms will face each other, and it's the back of your tricep, so just above your elbow on the tricep is going to be touching the block. Okay, so you might want to start your knees a little closer to the blocks. You'll bring the back of your elbows, like I said, to the blocks. Bring your palms together and then walk your knees back. Okay. So from here, what we're going to do is knit your ribcage in to your torso. So hug your ribcage in, so you're almost a slight round through the back, and then begin to melt the heart down towards the mat. So I want you to keep your core quite engaged here. So you should feel a quite intense opening in your chest area, in your shoulders. So this is going to be really helpful later when we're trying to come into our full wheel Urdhva Dhanurasana. Okay, so continue to breathe here. Try not to allow the forehead to sink all the way to the mat or collapse through your front torso. Hug the belly in and allow just the heart to sink down. So I want you to feel this intensely in your armpits, your shoulders. If you want more of an opening through the triceps, you can allow the thumbs to come toward the back of your neck. Keep breathing deeply. The further your knees are away from the blocks, the deeper this is going to feel. So if it's too much, you always just walk the knees a little closer in toward the blocks. So continuing to feel that deep Ujjayi breath. Remember the positioning of the tongue, just the tip of the tongue touching your two front teeth. The rest of your tongue soft away from the roof of your mouth. Breathe here for 5. Hug your rib cage in, engage your belly slightly for 4. 3. Sink your heart a little bit deeper into it for 2. 1. And to come out, you can walk your knees all the way in toward the blocks and release out of it. So you can do that as many times as you like before we move on. So if you'd like to pause now, you can always try it as well on the higher level of the blocks. Do be careful, because if the blocks fall, you fall. So we don't want to be doing any face planting. Okay, so from here we're going to move the blocks away. We're just going to move through some cat-cow. So I'd like you to come into tabletop position, hands underneath the shoulders, knees stacked underneath the hips. Moving through cat-cow. As you inhale, soften your belly, drop your belly, lift your heart and your tailbone. Exhale, rounding through the back. Drop the tailbone, tuck the chin toward the chest, and find space between your shoulders. Again, inhale, drop the belly, reach your heart forward, compressing your spine. Exhale, flexing the spine, pressing the mat away and hugging the belly in towards your back. One more time, inhale, deeply into the front of your body. Exhale, round through the back. Okay, so from here, come back to a neutral spine. Walk your hands just a few inches in front of your shoulders. Tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back into the first down dog class. So, like I always say, we want to concentrate on length through the spine rather than length through the legs here. So if you need, you can always bend into the knees in order to bring that length through the back. Don't have the shoulders around the ears. Soften the shoulders away from the ears and wrap your arms in toward each other. So internally rotate your shoulder blades. They're hugging together down your back. You're pulling your belly in, and eventually you can begin to allow your heels to soften toward the mat. You should not be able to see your heels behind your toes. The feet are parallel with each other. Your hands are shoulder width, and I want you to focus on pressing down into the area between your index finger and your thumb. The knuckles stay grounded. Do not allow them to lift away from the mat. From here, we're going to inhale, float the right leg all the way up. Exhale, round through the back, bring your shoulders over the wrists, and hug the thigh into the belly, knee to nose. Bring it all the way back up. Inhale. Exhale, round and squeeze thigh to belly. Again, inhale, nice and controlled. Three-legged dog. Exhale, round, hold for 3. Come onto the tip of the back toe, press the mat away for 2. Breathe for 1. Look forward and step the foot between your hands. Take your time. Okay, feet on separate tracks. You're just going to drop the left knee. Inhale, lift your gaze. And then exhale, lift the left knee, step to the front of your mat. Inhale, hands to shins, lift out of the waist, lift your gaze. Exhale, hinge and fold it forward. Float to standing, strong legs. Float the arms overhead. Inhale, hands raised to prayer at the heart. We'll keep moving. Inhale, float the arms overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold it forward. Inhale, flat back, lift your gaze, hands to shins or finger pads to mat. Exhale, plant your hands, step the right foot to the back of the mat, drop the right knee, keep your fingers where they are and just lift the gaze. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, lift the right knee, plank position. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Drop your knees, keep your bum lifted and bring your chest and chin between your hands. Slide through like a snake. Bring your belly and thighs to the mat. Point your toes. Lift the heart, cobra. Elbows hugging in. Downward facing dog. Come through the knees. Tuck the toes. We're going to do that one more time. Left side. Inhale, float the left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Round. Squeeze it in. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Chin to chest. Last time, inhale, press down equally through both hands. Exhale, knee to nose, hold for 3, point the toes for 2, 1, look forward, step the foot between your hands silently. Drop the right knee, inhale, lift your gaze. Exhale, step the right foot to the front of your mat. Inhale, slide the hands up the shins, lift your heart, lengthen the spine, exhale. Fold it forward. Come to standing, float your arms overhead, maybe a soft bend in the knees. And release, hands to prayer. Last time, inhale, float the arms all the way up. Move slowly with your breath. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Inhale, lift out of the waist, shoulders sliding down the back. Exhale, step the left foot to the back of your mat. Drop the left knee and lift your gaze. Stretch your chest forward. Inhale, arching the spine. Exhale, step into plank. Inhale in your plank, strong thighs. Exhale, knees, chest and chin, 8-point namaskar. Inhale, slide it through. Bring your belly and thighs to the mat. Point your toes, lift the chest. Elbows hugging in, legs contract. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come through the knees, tuck the toes. Really nice. From here, inhale, float the right leg all the way up. Exhale, knee to nose, round through the back, hug the thigh in, look forward, step the foot between your hands, drop the left knee. Low lunge. Untuck the back toe and come all the way up. So we want to be quite particular here in our low lunge. Your right knee is directly over your ankle, your shoulders are over your hips. You are not collapsing into the hips, okay? We're not allowing the weight of the body to feel really heavy. You want to pull the belly in, feel light through the torso. So press down through your feet and feel your hips square, okay? You might want to even check in with your hips. Now, what we're going to do is find our strap and we're going to bring the arms into the loop of our strap. So, you might want to just Adjust the loop of the strap until, I'm just going to show you here, until your hands are in line with your shoulders. So the strap shouldn't be so wide that your arms are coming out wider than your shoulders, or that they're too close together. Okay, so arms, shoulder width distance in the strap. So bringing them about to your elbows, and we'll come back to that lunge position. So we're going to come up into the lunge, bring your arms into the strap, and I want you to reach your arms out in front. Now plug your shoulders into the back and press your arms out into the strap. You should immediately feel activation through your shoulders. Press down through your feet, reach for 5, hug your belly in, 4, 3, keep pressing the arms out, 2, 1, slowly bring the arms overhead. So you might need to shimmy the head past the strap. And you can stay here and breathe for 5, or we're going to back bend. I want you to press your arms out into the strap. Lift your fingers up, thumbs point back, and begin to travel your thumbs back in space. Your belly stays active, so keep hugging the belly in. Keep traveling the thumbs back. You'll come to your limit. Hips lunge forward, right knee stays over right ankle, breathe. 3. Keep lifting the chest, 2, 1, and release. Come all the way up slowly. You're going to bring the arms all the way forward, release the arms from the strap, we'll take a little break. Whew, that's intense. So we're going to come to half splits. You shift your hips back so that they're over the left knee. Now from here you might want to bring blocks underneath your hands. What we don't want is a round back or dropped tailbone. I want you to think almost like your cat arching through the spine. Flex the right foot. If you tend to hyperextend in your joints, maybe bend slightly into the right knee. Breathing here, giving the hip flexor a nice break. For 5, shoulders down the back. 4, breathing deeply in and out through the nose. For 3, 2, 1. Okay, lunging forward into the right knee. You can bring your blocks out to one side again. And we'll step it back into our downward dog. So you can take a break here in your down dog or child's pose if you like, or we'll move through a vinyasa. Inhale, roll forward into plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Slide through. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to do the same on the opposite side. So inhale, float the left leg all the way up. Keep your hips square. Knee to nose, round through the back shoulders over wrists. Look forward, step the foot between your hands. So runner's lunge, feet on separate tracks, then drop your right knee, untuck the back toe. If you have sensitive knees and that was sore on the other side, you can double over the mat for extra protection with the knee joint. Come all the way up, float your arms overhead. That back foot is pointing directly toward the back of your mat, no sickle in the ankle. Okay, check with the left knee over the left ankle, pull your belly in, active through the core. Find your strap, and again. We're going to bring the arms into the loop of the strap, bring them to the elbow joints so that we can eventually bring the arms overhead. Press the arms out wide and hug the shoulder blades together into your back. Hug your belly in for 5. Press down to your feet. 4. Keep hugging the arms into the strap for 3, 2, 1. Okay, from here, bring the arms overhead, palms face each other. Thumbs pointing toward the back of your mat. Press down through your feet, take a nice deep inhale, engage your lower belly, and begin to lift your heart. So lift your heart and allow the thumbs to travel back in space. Breathe for 5, 4, belly active 3, keep lifting the chest 2, thumbs back 1, and slowly coming out of it. Release the arms from the strap, hands to the mat, and again if you want you can find your blocks for underneath the hands. Okay, so the blocks and the hands are stacked underneath your shoulders. Your chest is lifting, your left foot is flexed, and we're giving that nice break for the hip flexor there that was working quite a lot there in our back bend. So for back backbending, you need a really open front body. So that's what we're trying to do here. Open the front of our torso, the front of our shoulders, our chest, and our quadriceps. So we'll be doing a little bit more for the quadriceps as well. 3, flex the left foot, maybe a soft bend in the left knee. 2, 1, and lunges forward. Release the blocks to one side. Okay, plant your hands. Downward facing dog. Stay here. Option 2, roll forward plank. Inhale, exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide it through cobra. Point the toes, lift the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, so I'm just going to drop my knees. If you want to come to a child's pose, you can. I'm just going to do a little bit of talking for a second. Okay, so what we're going to do now is that same sequence, but in a high lunge variation. This is going to be quite challenging. If you're more of a beginner, even intermediate, perhaps do it again with the low lunge variation, just for this first time that you're doing it. If you want to do the video again, or if you want to pause and then repeat the high lunge the next time, maybe do that. The high lunge just is a lot of energy, a lot of balance. So we don't want to jump too far into a pose that we're not ready for. If you want to watch before you do this and then replay it, you can as well. That might be a good idea. Okay, so starting in our downward facing dog. Remember, either repeat that same variation we just did, or you can come along with me and do the high lunge variation. Float your right leg up. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Use your core to step the foot between the hands. Look forward. So, feet on separate tracks. You're going to come up with your strap into that high lunge. Right knee over right ankle. Maybe a little soft bend in your back knee. Bring your arms into the strap. Around the elbows, drop your tailbone. So you want to feel length through your lower back, not arching through the spine. Okay, so hug the shoulder blades in toward the back and hug the arms out into the strap for 5, 4. You'll feel the heat begin to build in your legs. 3, 2, 1. Press down through the feet, slowly bring the strap overhead. You can hold it here, hug the arms out, or you can begin to back bend. Lift the heart, breathe. Drop your tailbone, press down through the feet. 5, 4. Arms hugging out. 3. Thumbs travel back. 2. Press down through the feet. 1. Slowly travel your way all the way back up. Release the arms from the strap. Find your blocks. Either side of the right foot in your runner's lunge, and then straighten the right leg. Okay, so the hands underneath the shoulders again. You might not even need the straps here, or the blocks, sorry. If you have quite open hamstrings, you might just bring the hands to the mat. Otherwise, you can use the blocks. Important to keep that length through the spine. If you want as well, you can flex the right foot. Fold for 5. Breathe for 4. 3. The back heel is lifted. 2, 1, and release. Come forward into the right knee. Lunge, knee over ankle. Blocks out to one side. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Either stay here or roll forward. You can move through any vinyasa you like. I'm going to stick with the 8-point namaskar. Knees, chest, chin. Slide through. Untuck or tuck. Untuck, sorry, the toes. And downward facing dog. Really nice. From here, I'd like you to step the right foot between your hands. Okay, drop the left knee. You're going to keep the left hand either to the mat or to a block. You're going to reach back and try to grab the left foot with your right hand. Okay, so we're going to just open up the quadricep a little more. If you can't reach for the foot with the hand, find a strap and use the strap. Now, I have quite open quadriceps, so I'm going to bring my hand down to the mat. Breathe in here, holding the foot on either the big or the baby toe outside the foot. Maybe hugging it in toward you. If you like, you can pulse it in and out, or bring it all the way in and hold. If this isn't enough, you can always come down to your forearm. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really nice. Okay. Come to the hand, release the foot, and step it back, downward facing dog. Opposite side, step the left foot between your hands. Drop the right knee. Keep the right hand directly underneath the right shoulder. You can come to a block. Find the back foot, hold, and sink your hips forward and down. Feeling this in the quadricep and your hip flexor, perhaps coming to your forearm if it's not enough for you, perhaps hugging it in, playing around. Breathe deeply and release. Circle the left hand down to the mat, step it back, downward facing dog. Coming into our dolphin to open up the chest a little bit more. Drop your knees to the mat, come to your forearms. Wrap opposite hand around opposite elbow to measure out shoulder width, and then release the palms of your hands again to the mat. Middle fingers parallel with each other, very similar to downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. So chin to chest, looking towards your navel. Again, feel free to bend into the knees as much as you need. This could feel really tight for your shoulders. Reach your heart back towards your thighs. Breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really nice. Drop your knees. If you have forearms down in your practice, you can always add in your Pinch Mayurasana. Okay, so from here, we're going to come back to downward facing dog. Okay, so we're going to actually find our way straight onto the back now. So you can come to your knees, bring your feet out to one side, and we're going to come into our bridge pose. So we're going to work on our bridge for 1, and then I'm going to demonstrate coming into full wheel. Okay, so coming down, measure your feet. You can measure that before you come down, even 2 fists between your feet. The feet are parallel with each other. Come down onto the back. You can bring your hands behind your thighs if you need. And from here, if you need as well in back bending, you can bring a block between your thighs to help activate inner thighs, your adductors. Arms by the side of your body, walk the shoulders underneath your back and walk the feet close in towards your sit bones. Tuck your tailbone, so press the middle back down into the mat. Lift the lower back away from the mat first, and lift the hips. So reaching your tailbone towards, sorry, I'm just going to fix my top here. Reaching your tailbone towards your knees, press down through all 4 corners of your feet. So especially your big toe mount side. A lot of the time we'll allow our knees to come out wide and the weight to shift into the baby toe mount. I want all 4 corners of your feet grounding, the chin tucked toward the center of your chest, shoulders grounding, lifting the hips. Breathe for 5. Activate your inner thighs for 4, 3, 2, 1. If you have trouble in the mobility of your spine, feel free to lift your heels as you come all the way down from upper to middle, lower back. Okay. Peak pose. Okay, so this is something that might not happen today. This takes some people years to work into it, and a lot of things will hinder you from coming into your back bending. So most of us, like I said, have very little shoulder mobility. So bringing your arms back by your ears could be something that just won't happen for a while, okay? Until you dedicate time to your practice and dedicate time to making progress in your mobility. So for some of us, our arms won't come back past our face even, okay? So what we need is shoulder mobility, an open chest, spine mobility, and strength, okay? So leg strength, core strength, and quite a lot of upper body strength. So if any of these are weak, they're going to be making the back bending a little bit difficult for you. Now, I'm going to demonstrate with the strap because a lot of us, due to upper body weakness, will have the elbows collapsing out wide. I'll show you what that means. So, to come up, the hands will come underneath the shoulders, fingers point back towards your heels. Same as coming into bridge, you lift your hips, and most people, their elbows will start to collapse out wide, and they won't be able to press up. So that's where the strap is really handy. It will help you to keep those elbows hugging in towards shoulder width. So you might want to make the strap a little bit wider for a little bit more room. Okay, again, strap around your elbows. Come into your prep for bridge, and then bring the hands underneath your shoulders. Okay, so fingers pointing back towards your heels. Spread your palms wide. Tuck your tailbone. Lift your hips and press onto the head. Okay, so you're going to press, come to your head, and then from there press into the hands and try to reach the head forward. So you're trying to get the head past the strap eventually. Okay, so from here you want straight arms. You want to be lifting the hips, engaging through inner thighs. So do not let the toes point out. They stay parallel with each other. You can walk the feet in a little bit closer toward you if you need. You can gaze backward between your hands. You can look down between your hands. You are pressing your heart back between your shoulders toward the back of your mat. Breathe for 5. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. To come down, you come down how you came in. Tuck the chin toward the chest. No, sorry, come to the head. And then tuck the chin toward the chest and come all the way down. Really nice. Okay, taking a break. Bring the feet as wide as your mat and bring the knees together. So just let the knees rest against each other. So a lot of energy needed there. Notice if you're holding the breath. So a lot of the time we tend to hold the breath when we're focusing so much on all these alignment cues and strength cues, where we're meant to activate, where we're meant to soften. So just take a moment to tune back in with your breath. We're going to do that twice more. If you want to use the strap again, you can. If you want to give it a go without the strap, if you found that it was really easy, you can do it without the strap. And if you found you're just not there, you can either come into bridge twice more, or you can come back to that exercise we were doing with the elbows to the blocks at the beginning of class. Okay, so once again, set up your feet, hip width distance, hands underneath the shoulders, elbows hugging in toward each other, tuck the tailbone, feet parallel with each other, lift the hips and then press into the hands. You can come all the way up in one movement if you can. You don't have to come to the top of the head first. Breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the elbows, tuck the chin, and come all the way down. Take a break. Really nice. Catch your breath. One more time. Remember, you listen to yourself. If you need a break, you can always come to a break, restart a bridge by just bringing a block underneath your lower back, your sacral area. Okay? Or do a third wheel or third bridge. Hands underneath the shoulders, walk your feet in, toes point directly toward the front of your mat. Tuck your tailbone, lift your hips, press into the hands and lift up. Breathe for 5. With each exhale, reach the heart back in space for 4. You can do a few variations if you like. You can come to the tips of your toes. 3. You can do a one-legged wheel, lifting one leg at a time. 2. 1. Bend the elbows, tuck the chin, and lower back coming down last. Really nice, everyone. Well done. Take a break. Watch the breath. Okay, extend your legs. Bring your inner feet to touch. Flex your feet. Strong thighs. Bring your arms back by your ears. And you're going to interlock your thumbs and spread the rest of your fingers as if you're trying to make a butterfly shadow on the wall. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, we're going to sit up. So strong, reach for your toes and scoot your hips back. Okay, so from here, we're coming into Paschimottanasana. Seated forward fold. If you need to bend your knees, you can. If you need to sit on a block, you can. Inhale, lift your heart, shoulders down the back. Exhale, fold. Breathing for 5. Reach your chest forward. Think of that cat arch in the spine to get extra length for 4. Sit bones back and down, belly hugging in for 3. Soften the shoulders. 2, 1, and lift up through the spine. Okay, so we're going to come down. We're going to do some twists, and then we'll finish in our Savasana. So bring your hands behind your thighs, make a little bowl shape with your body, and roll down to the back. Keep the right knee in toward the chest, let the left leg go long. Interlock the fingers to the front of the right shin and hug the knee down towards the armpit for 3. Breathe deeply into the belly. 2, 1. Bring the knee to the left, look to the right. And extend your right arm in a T shape. Allow the lower back to soften. Enjoying this nice gentle twist for your spine, for the digestive organs in your stomach. Allow everything to begin to slow down. Slowly bring it back to center and mindfully switch it up. So you can keep the right knee in, bring the left knee in, and then extend the right leg long. Interlock fingers to front of left shin, hug the knee down for 3. Bring it down by the side of your torso, not onto your rib cage for 2. Breathe deeply into the belly for 1. Twist, bring the knee to the right, look to the left. Again, trying to let everything soften. Watching the breath. And making your way back to center. Okay, so from here we're going to extend both legs. We're going to come into our final Savasana. If you have a jumper or a blanket that you'd like to put over yourself, you can. And bring your ankles as wide as your mat, your arms by the side of your body. Bring the palms to face up toward the sky, shoulders in the back. Close the eyes. Allow the breath to return to its natural pace. And feel stillness throughout the entire body. Don't worry about the thoughts in the mind. They're bound to start to speed up a little bit, especially when we're not faced with a physical challenge. We're not having to balance or strengthen. We're just trying to be still and quiet, which is something we don't get the chance to do very often. So try to enjoy it as much as you can. This is in yoga known to be the most important part of your practice, where your body will absorb all the benefits, all the effort that you brought to your mat today. I would pause the video here and maybe just stay for as long as you can, 5 to 10 minutes. And then when you're ready, we'll make our way over onto the right side of your torso into a fetal position. And when you're ready, you can make your way up to a comfortable seat. Try to keep the eyes closed if you can. Okay? So coming into a nice comfortable seated position, if you want to sit on a block, you can. Excuse me. You can. Sit up tall through the spine, hands to your knees. And just notice that space across your chest, in front of your heart. Feel the length of your spine. Deepen the inhale and exhale through the nose once again. Thank yourself for coming to your mat today, for dedicating time to your body, to your breath, and to your yoga practice. as usual. This one is by Shakespeare. Nothing is either good nor bad. Thinking makes it so. Bring your hands to prayer at the heart, touching your thumbs to the center of your chest, bowing your head, connecting in with your breath and with yourself. Bring your thumbs to your brow, and namaste.